because you got to convey to people, well, I'm not only a good copywriter, I know what's involved, I can help other people do this and so on. So it's like, so all I'm saying is your learning curve in becoming a copywriter, once you decided to market yourself that way, your learning curve is going to replicate the curve that you're going to provide to people when they start working with you.
Got it.
Yeah, but that, and it doesn't mean just writing, it means you had to learn how to run your own business, which is something you're going to tell them. You can say, and I real, and you could talk about a time you got, you started getting discouraged, and did you have, was there, do you have any support system when you were doing this? Are you married, or do you have friends or anything like that?
I had friends, but no one to, push me forward. On the opposite, my friends were like mocking at me and telling me that this won't work for you. But I hadn't any
Did no one encourage you?
my brother, maybe my brother.
So it's because you said your first lesson when you give people who work with you, the first one is in mindset. So
Yeah,
I was thinking, if you could say you started getting depressed, and you could say, it's like my friends, I think my friends, some of them really were worried about me. Some of them sort of wanted me to fail because they were losers, or whatever you say. But, and then finally, but if one of them, or my brother finally said, hey, stop listening to them, because all you need, and he could actually use those words. He could say, look, you need to change your mindset. You need to convince yourself. You need to tell yourself the truth, which is you have the ability to do this and you're good at it. Something like that. So if you introduce mindset as something you needed to deal with then, and you were afraid, and you're getting into that sort of inner journey stuff that I talk about in the Storytelling Made Easy, then that's going to be good, because now you're saying, so I need to learn mindset. And then when you give the pitch for your course or whatever, you say, lesson 1 is about mindset. And you can say again, what do you do when there are friends and family who are trying to discourage you, even if they think you're doing them a favor? How do you adjust your mindset? How do you truly come to believe that you're going to be a success at this, and that you're good at this, and like that? So it's going to be 2 or 3 things you learn. One of them, I like the idea of learning one of the mental obstacles, and then a couple of the physical ones. By physical, I mean, like one about mindset, one about money, one about the writing talent or whatever.